Let's have a look on the next slide, which is the digital marketing strategy and planning. After we worked very hard on the analytics, after we worked very hard on the foundation of the tree, now it's time to start the building of the website, developing of the website, and implementing the digital marketing strategy and planning. And you see from the graph, you'll see different colors on like a half circle, starting from setting realistic goals and required outcomes. Sometimes my goal is that I want the user now to watch this video. I want the user to fill this form. Remember, I told you in the strategy and the phases of the strategy, I might have at the very beginning of the launch, first month or two, I want people to be more aware, to share. Then the next month, I might set a goal, I want people to fill a form so I can send them more info. Then maybe after that, I can send them a quotation to sell for conversions. So I have to set realistic goals. I have to know and reach my target audience. I should create relevant and engaging content. If I did it very well at the beginning, it will help here. And then I continuously measure and reiterate, iterate, and develop. This is the final one. Analyze and iterate for better outcomes. The same thing will happen with social media. Have a process to follow in order to measure, evaluate, and enhance. Start with your SMART goals, target the audience, choose the right platform. LinkedIn might be better for B2B, sometimes Facebook, Instagram for the B2C, Twitter for B2C and sometimes B2B. So I need to know which platform to use. Doing my competitor analysis, preparing my content that is going to be used very properly, and spending. Don't save on the content. Measure the results and optimize. Moving to the next slide, we would see the SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Search Engine Optimization is a long-term investment slide, which is the marketing funnel. It's very important to understand the decision-making process of the consumer. It starts by being aware, then interested, then considering, then intending, then evaluating, then purchasing. So the marketing campaigns and the events, the advertising, trade shows, blogs, webinars are all tools used to build the awareness. Engagement and introduction to positioning, emails, targeted content, newsletters are the next tools for the next phase, which is the interest. And then when it comes to the consideration phase, which between the interest consideration, we call lead nurture. The awareness is the lead generation. Then comes to the lead nurture as I said, by sending product information and specials, automated email campaign, case studies, free trials. Those are the tools used in the consideration phase. Then we come to the last one, which is the sales. If the customer now, after being aware, interested, considering, having the intention, he started the sales phase. Product demos, shopping carts, and sales ads to nurture the stream. And then at the very end, marketing and sales work to prove their product is best, sales transaction is completed. CRM benefits. And this is very important to mention before we go to the next slide. CRM key benefits are increasing ROI, cost reduction, lead qualification, lead nurturing, as we said in the previous slide, contextual interactions, faster responses, automation. Don't get driven away with your campaign and start to capitalize properly on the data captured. I'm repeating the CRM again, lead management, because it is very, very important tool. While we were talking about the consumer decision-making process, there are actually some disruptions that happen during the decision-making process. I call them the triggers. We have to watch for the triggers. They are the word of mouth and the power of the consumer to change the decision of another consumer buying from your company. Here it is. We talked about the active evaluation, and we talked about the moment of purchase on the right side. And what happens here is you can see that the green on the left trigger is sending a connection to the moment of purchase by the voice of the customer. What happens is that before the moment of purchase, I go to my social media friends or on the WhatsApp and I ask them, what do you think of this product? They say, oh, I tried it, it doesn't look good, it seems they have a very good advertisements, but the experience is not great. So this is the power of the word of mouth. This is the power of the consumer. So that's why we explained that there has to be a bond with my consumer before the event, during the event, and after buying. And I have to watch for the word of mouth. The better I do with my quality, the word of mouth will magnify it and multiply it. The bad I do with my quality, the same thing will happen. It will be magnified, multiplied, and I can lose my reputation and get out of business.